Whew.
Getting some support here for Deer. Deer, this is a 4-player map, so Deer's going to go ahead and check the upper left. He will eventually find out, once going to the bottom left, that they are in cross spots. And that's whenever we have diagonal spawns.
That does make it a lot larger travel distance for Beyond to attack him, so he might like that.
Yeah, he might.
This
It's, of course, a longer distance for Deer to push across, which Beyond might be favored in just by controlling his army well in the middle of the map. So
that's true. Of course, counter pushes, there's like a lot of open ground he'd have to go over that Beyond could gain advantages over. Also, don't forget on Frost, it gets a little bit difficult taking your third base because there's like a lot of harassable area, right? If you take your third base next to the hill, guarding that hill is really hell. If you take the other third base, and that's like there's a lot of angles that they can come in on. Of course, the back naturals are always there, and if you take if you take the one for Deer that's like below that, that third base that's below, not the one next to the hill, then suddenly, like the amount of area that you have to cover, because they can drop your main base, they can drop at your natural, they can come in from the side, they can drop the back minerals of your third, like. Anyways, it can be very difficult to actually hold on everywhere. So, Beyond's like very focused harassment is going to be hard for Deer, and I wonder how he's going to go about trying to prevent that from hurting him.
We got a little downtime here at Tosis before this game picks up. They're both doing pretty standard build, so let's see if this Reaper can get an extra kill here. Oh,
not quite.
Good spawn there on the mothership core. Beyond being the Reaper expert, I'm guessing he should be able to get this out. Oh, he's actually going to dive back here into the middle. All right, that's cleaned up.
Worth.
So last night I had one of those nights, Artosis, where I was just on. You've like been on YouTube for a long time, and you end up just clicking from video to video. And and then I somehow ended up watching To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
And it gave me this idea for this new show.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this show. I'm going to pitch it to you guys right here, right now. It's going to be called To Catch a Redditor. Okay. And it's for all the people that shit post on gaming forums. All right.
Oh my
Someone
God.
makes some overly negative, angry post on Reddit, and suddenly Tasteless comes out in a suit, and I go, "What are you doing? Have a seat over there." I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything. And I go, "Are you the person by the username David Kim, please? 19?" And he goes, "Yeah." "So you were posting about how the game's dead and there's no point in trying anymore?" He was like, "No." And then, eventually.
And, you were also in this anime forum. Do we want to talk about those posts? Oh, you don't want to talk about those. Okay, let's just.
And I'm like, you're free to leave. And then the nerd police come out and arrest him. He's like, no!
I love it. That's a great idea. I would watch that show. I've always had that thought since I started, since the internet got bigger.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I would just love to fly to this guy's house and just knock on his door and tell his mom what he said to me. Because he lives with his mom. She's there.
For
and if I tell her and if I show her, she'd be like, "Little Johnny did that. Johnny! You are grounded. You say sorry to this man."
We got a drop coming in here. Let's see how this, if he can actually get in here. Okay, he actually went around any vision that Deer has. So the Stalkers are not in great position. Good timing here on the boost. He's going to be able to get back behind the minerals now. And good placement there by the Widow Mine. And he feeds one probe in.
Yep. And that's about as best as he could have hoped for there.
Now, while this is going on, they're both planning further assaults on each other. We have the Liberator looks like he's going to back up, but he was going to go over the minerals there and try to attack. I think he saw the pylon placement and realized that was a futile attempt.
Yeah, when you see pylons spread that perfectly and you already saw Stalkers in main, you know exactly where the mothership core is, so no point there. By the way,
he's making tanks, bro.
Yeah, maybe a Marine siege tank, or tank vac rather, push coming up. But look at this drop that's coming in with an Immortal Tasteless.
Well, it looks like he was intimidated by the Marines here.
Yeah, Immortals don't just wreck Marines like that.
Yeah, like they do most other units.
Yeah.
That might be one of the only units where it's just never really a good exchange. It's like wings. Okay, I have to say I'm a little bit surprised that Beyond had that just there unloaded.
Yeah.
Looks
like he was getting ready to maybe hit 2 locations at once, but Deer gets a nice lead off of that. That's a very strong kill. Okay, and the Warp Prism stays alive. Good save there by Beyond on the turret. It's
going to make it a lot less tempting for him to try to come in there again. There is, oh my God!
Oh, that is such a big deal. That
actually, Bjorn can't stop smiling right now.
Yeah, Bjorn is smiling big and he's muttering to himself very happily.
That was a moment where you're like, oh
dude,
my God, I might just win this now.
That was not just about the Immortal inside. That was about the Dark Shrine that finished.
Yeah.
He was going to warp in Dark Templars for harassment, and now what? I mean, that is such a big deal that he killed that Prism.
So we're going to have to see the Dark Templars split here. What he wants to do is force a Terran to drain as many scans and ideally run out. So he's going to hit here. Now, does he have a scan? Did he land too many mules? If he's landed too many mules, he just has to turn around, and that will buy Deer a little bit of time.
He landed victory mules after killing the Warp Prism. He was like, oh, well, no DT drop now. But
okay.
these DT's doing all right.
He's going to get the close. It's in. He's been breached.
This is a
he
big
doesn't
deal.
see it.
Wow.
Mission Impossible DT all the way in here is now going to be able to get some probes. Meanwhile, the DT over here doing some damage. It's now going to be able to be spotted here, but the DT certainly might have enough here to try to take on the small army. No, taken out here. Managed to still stay in range of that turret's vision.
Yeah, the DT's doing pretty well, though, I would say. You know, pushing the army back, getting inside. He's like kind of forcing him to just sit there. You don't want to do that when you have Tank Evac Marine.
You know what? These are the plays that Deer needed to do. Deer is still in this game. As good of a position as Bjorn has been in since taking out that Warp Prism. These are definitely a few little victories, like taking out that Liberator is pretty huge.
Nice Widow Mine there on the sensor tower, kind of like in a hidden spot, or a sensor tower, watchtower, killing off a Stalker, so that's pretty nice. Kind of sees what he's up against. Is moving out again, and another DT coming across the map.
Well, Terran is going to push. This is a good push on this map specifically because of the ridges here. You can start to hit angles that the Protoss can't quite get a good surround, and you kind of leapfrog the tanks up here. All right, but Protoss is committing.
Oh, that's a really good army. Oh, my God.
Good
he's
play
getting
there.
Slammed right now.
Now he's using the lip of this little cavity here to keep the tank over there to try to drive that back. So, I mean, a lesser Terran player would have been killed off there and had that whole army eaten up. But Bjorn is going to be able to maneuver his way back across the map. Definitely wants to be vigilant of something like a Widow Mine, because if he moves across with that army again and that connects, that is going to be very bad.
I got to say, I think that Bjorn's in a pretty bad spot this game, really. Very much preferring Deer's position here. He's kept him back for so long. This Tank Evac-based army, unable to do anything so far.
Yeah, a lot of times the Tank Evac army, when you get Liberators involved, you want it pushed at a very specific time. So anything that delays that makes it a lot harder. Okay, he's coming in again.
Nice
Stalker connects, very nice, and he's going to be able to get this Liberator. No, it lives.
Oh, okay, he's going to want to back up. Doesn't want to fight under that. Okay, yeah, I guess he does want to fight under that. I'm starting to get a little bit of value here. This Liberator dealing massive amounts of damage.
That tank is still doing so much damage, and it's still in the game, but Deer is not done. He's continuing to warp in. Another defensive setup over here as Deer begins to press forward. Deer suddenly realizing perhaps he's overextending.
Yeah, this is actually trouble right now. Picks off the expensive tech units here and then pulls back for a moment. Some good micro once again from Bjorn.
Yeah, Deer's army a lot more flimsy without the Immortals there. Oh my God, Widowmine hitting from behind here.
Yeah.
And he's just able to fish out these units and draw them back into the Widowmine fire. And it's definitely Bjorn who's getting a good exchange. This is similar to the game we just saw, Artosis.
He's just out-microing these Adepts massively. We don't have any super ranged units here from Deer, so he's barely getting any damage done to this army. Bjorn's starting to gain a lot of value. And I got to say, that fight under the Liberators, I didn't like it. He had a better army, but like fighting under Liberators is just not a good idea.
I've got to bring this to everybody's attention. I don't think we've ever had a player who kites as well as Bjorn does. I have never seen kiting so beautiful.
He's at least as good as Maru in micro, at least.
I would say he's better at this point in time. Look at these engages.
This is pretty crazy.
He's trading so well. Look, he even knows when to step over when he says, okay, I can just eat up these Adepts right over there. Bjorn is just a micro god. He just controls his army too well, and every time Deer fights, Deer comes out losing a little bit more.
Yeah, this is crazy right now that DT gets ahead of things. Does have to use a second scan.
Look at this. He's just liberating right on top of this. he literally just runs on top of the army, sets the liberation zones, micros back the moment he detects that he might be in a bad position. Good pick off there by Deer. But right now, Bjorn is on the edge of winning this game. He is so close.
He's on the edge of winning this series and going to the finals. Another great scan comes out. Deer is having such a hard time. His third base is under fire right now.
And he might actually be able to get in here and do this. There is no Immortal here to help assist against the large number of Marauders.
Oh my God, Widowmine's going off all over the place. He's standing under liberation zones. This could be it. The amount of damage that's being done here to his economy is just huge.
He's targeting every probe, and 16 probes down so far.
Oh God, he's ahead in just every way. Deer has no army left after that. There's still a ton of Widowmine. Sets up another liberation zone. Finally does pick that one off. But with these resets,
the Widowmines.
Oh my God,
Look
Deer.
at this. He can get into this critical position just behind the minerals. Just underneath the Nexus where Protoss can't mine. The reinforcements are coming in. Deer is going to lose his series if he's not ready.
Oh, okay,
whoa.
Nice blink away there.
Good dodge.
He does not have that much army-wise. This third base is just about going down. He does have a fourth up, but he doesn't have anything going on as far as his army goes. Technology-wise, he's so far behind.
Okay, Protoss is going to try to clean this up. Right now, Bjorn's still in a great position. He's definitely delayed the mining on that expansion for long enough. Also, probe count overall, 47 for Protoss, 56 for Terran.
Yeah, okay, so he does push that back, but this army, again, it's really, really weak. He has to blink away from here. He is making Immortal, so that could end up switching things around, but picking off that Immortal, very good move here by Bjorn. Continuing to push forward here against these Stalkers, against this Immortal, and Bjorn is going to kill it again.
Bjorn is the natural predator to the Immortal. He is just taking them out. We never get more than 2 out in the map before Bjorn starts to kill it.
He's Blade or something. He's like killing vampires or something like that.
Well, that might be that he's part Immortal himself. Bjorn,
you know who
is just someone who doesn't think that Deer can really kill in most of these games.
He's Raceland. Just look at him. That's who he is, guys. Anyone who's read those books, they know. Look at him. Okay, done. But this is crazy.
Oh my God, I don't even know how long that was going on for up there, but he delayed mining up there. It is Deer with more bases, but Bjorn with more of everything else. And also basically no interrupted mining time for most of this game. Bjorn may just be bigger, faster, stronger.
He's got the lead in every single way right now. His upgrades are going. His production is awesome. He's macroing out like all sorts of tech units as well as bio. He's up in SCVs. Like when you're up in SCVs on 4 bases here, like Deer hasn't hit him forever.
Yeah,
it's been 1,000 years since Deer did damage to him.
What's interesting is that there's a lot of ways Bjorn can play this. Deer basically has to hold off every possible attack, or he is going to get swamped eventually. If he's not already to that point where Bjorn could just go kill him.
All right. He resets the 1,000-year timer by killing that SCV. Good work, Deer.
That's right.
You finally did some damage.
1 is better than 0. So Bjorn is just continuing to mass up. You can see Deer would want to push out on the map, but he's just the harass has made him so insecure as far as any position he can take. Looks like we may have our first inadvertent engagement.
Yeah, I don't know why Deer's over here. Maybe he's looking for an engagement like this, and this is good. This is a nice move.
No, this is definitely good.
He needs like 12 more of these, and he can get ahead.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a comfortable position where he can pick up with his medevac, so he's going to let this be a decoy, and he's going to come up and meet this with the rest of his army. Now remember, these Adepts can't get away with those Marauder concussive shells.
No, they certainly cannot. He's scanning ahead, chasing it down, even picks off that Observer. Force fields go down, but Deer will be losing this entire army.
And possibly this entire series. Look at this. Bjorn is just rabid. He's moving across the map like, he's just coming in and going for the kill.
Dude, the fact that Deer is still in this game is amazing, to say the least.
Yeah, and I want to give Deer some credit here because although Bjorn is playing brilliantly, Deer is really hanging on.
No, seriously, like, Bambi's mom would have been so dead by now.
He's coming in now, trying to drive that back. There may just be too much. The Archons go down, the Stalkers, the Adepts. It's just not enough.
Deer knows as well. The writing is on the wall. Bjorn's unstoppable army coming across. A DT harassment doing something, but that something will not be enough because this army cannot be stopped.
He continues to press in. The Nexus is taking damage. The probes have been pulled. Too many Widow Mines, too many Marauders, too many Marines. everything. Tarrant is just running over the remaining expansions here for Deer. Now Deer's still hanging on, trying to take out these workers and buy time. And SCV surround. Will it be enough to get this DT in time? It is.
Yep.
And that shifts the attention back on a Deer's side of the map.
Oh, warping in a few adepts there. Not going to do anything, though. He's going to roll through this 4th base location. His Podunk army comes out, but it's not
GG! Beyond the one-man army has done it!
This is so crazy, guys. This is a beautiful moment. Look at how much this means to Beyond. And this is, personally, I am not exaggerating, this is one of my favorite moments I've ever had in StarCraft. Beyond is showing us all a lesson at the end of the day. It is hard work and dedication and sacrifice that triumphs over all other. This guy is not on a team. He is in the finals. He has beaten the best players in the world to get there. This is so well-deserved. Of course, Deer being crushed, but the real story is that Beyond is in the finals, Tasteless. He has worked ceaselessly, tirelessly to get here. I can't even believe how good of a finals this will end up being.
Beyond has done the impossible. This is not even supposed to. I mean, we've been talking about this forever.
Look,
you have to be on a team.
First
this guy doesn't have a team.
Teamless finalist in StarCraft.
Yeah.
That is
StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2.
18 years?
Yeah.
18 years for Beyond to get here.
I guess there's a first time for everything, and he very well may take it all if he can manage to defeat SOS. This has never happened before. Ever.
Yeah, this guy has played forever to get here. He is not Maru, he is not Innovation, and no, he is not TY. He's the 4th Terran.
I am so stunned. I always knew he was a great player. It was always so exciting to see his games, but this is just beyond the comprehension of most people who follow StarCraft. To see somebody actually get to a finals when it's been this competitive here in Korea.
So crazy. You get more ahead, my nerd. That's what you do. Oh, just loving it.
That was just incredible. We're going to get this interview translated for you and see how Beyond feels now that he's in the finals.
자, 결승 진출자 변현우
Our
선수
finalist has been
만나보겠습니다.
decided today. It's Beyond. Congratulations.
네, 감사합니다.
와, 정말 축하드립니다. 정말 대단해요. 소감 어떠세요?
일단
How do you feel?
부터 걱정을 많이 했는데 백승준 선수가 조성주 선수 잡고
네.
I worried a lot because my opponent was so
네.
strong against Terran players. He managed to defeat Maru
두
and
번째, 세
TY.
번째인데
네.
제가 이길 수 있을까 걱정 많이
He seemed like the
했는데
anti-Terran this season.
너무 좋네요. 진짜
I was worried if I was going to be able to defeat him in
오늘
the
경기
series.
되게 마음에 들었고
네.
This is the happiest moment in my career by
그동안
far,
프로게이머
and I'm very
나의
satisfied
인생에
about my
있어서
performance.
가장 기쁜 날이에요.
그렇죠. 원래 가장 기쁜 날이 기억하실지 모르겠는데 제가 예전에 4강 준비할 때 안상원 선수랑
네.
할 때
The happiest day of my life
네.
나갈 때 인사하고 가니까
was
박수 쳐주는데
defeating seed in the
그게 너무
semifinals.
기쁘더라고요. 졌는데도.
네.
근데
Or
오늘
excuse me, to advance into the semifinals. That was a long time ago.
제일 기분 좋은 날이.
But today is by far the best day of my life.
9월 4일이 제 GSL의 6살 생일이거든요. 그런데 오픈 시즌 1 때 데뷔를 하셨더라고요. 저희의 역사와 그 프로게이머 역사를 같이 하고 계십니다. 그만큼
So you started as a pro gamer in the Open Season 1 of the GSL. That was 5 years ago, actually over 5 years ago.
프로토스였고 투 때도 프로토스였어요.
네.
그때는 진짜 종족의 한계를 끼고
네.
시즌 3부터
Yep,
테란으로
I
바꾼
started as a Protoss player,
뭐
and then I switched to Terran in Season 3.
1, 2 때는 프로토스로
And that decision
예선을
definitely paid
떴는데
off for me.
시즌 3 바꾸고 나서는 못 들더라고요.
아, 참 그만큼 얼마나 힘들었을까 이런 생각도 드는데요.
네.
자, 오늘 이렇게 결승 진출, 생애 첫 결승 진출 이룬 것도 대단하지만 참
So it'll be your
대단한
first
기록도
finals
함께
in your
세웠습니다.
life.
무소속으로 결승 진출
And you're the first
처음이에요.
teamless player to
이게 정말
advance to
대단한
the
거거든요.
finals of
차도
Korean League
없고,
in StarCraft
차도
history. That's
없고,
StarCraft 1 and
코치도
StarCraft
없고,
2.
다 없는데.
네, 코치도 있어요.
아, 코치, 아, 맞다. 아까 봤었죠.
그쵸, 네.
He says, I have a coach.
사실 근데
You met him earlier.
코치분이
It's
선생님을 질
me.
것 같다고 했었거든요.
네, 말만 그렇게 한 거겠죠 뭐.
아, 그렇겠죠.
So you said when you were talking about your coach that you were elucidate. He says, I was just being
자,
modest.
그동안 많이 힘들었을 거예요. 천안에서 왔다 갔다 하면서 스스로 케어를 한다는 게 많이 힘들었죠.
네, 오늘도 천안에서 지하철 타고 오는데
How was it to train without
제가
a team?
경기 전날부터 계속 긴장 상태거든요.
네.
근데 그 상태에서
I live far away from the
보니까
studio. I had to take the train.
너무 체를 자주 하는 거예요.
It takes me
오늘도
about a
체하고
2-hour trip to get down to
여기서
the
부탁해서
studio.
오버히트 하고 그랬는데
아이고.
그래도 이쪽에 와서
My stomach was a bit upset from anxiety. I actually threw up before playing today.
네. 아, 그런데 오늘 이렇게 체하고 많은 이렇게
But I
사정이
was able to pull a
있었는데도
victory out.
불구하고 경기력은 완벽했습니다. 오늘 많은
Even
준비가
though your
느껴졌어요.
condition
EMP 샤워가 뭐
wasn't,
시원하게
too good today, you
했었죠.
clearly
은퇴면도
showed great
나오고
games for everybody
많은
that was
준비가
watching.
느껴졌는데 다 어떻게?
제가 오늘 진짜 열심히
How did you
준비했거든요.
prepare for
1경기부터
today's
제가
match?
이건
네.
제가 항상 안정적으로 하는 선수다 보니까 이런 거 한번 쓰면 좋겠다
Since
싶어서
I'm known to play pretty safe games, I wanted to mix it up.
막 대놓고 짓고 했거든요.
And that was my strat in the first set. I was very aggressive.
근데 제가 이 경기도 이겼어야 되는데 그 상황 보니까 제가 무조건 이긴 경기더라고요. 제가
I thought that I was going to win the first set.
무난히 이길 수 있었는데 좀 아쉬웠고
네.
또
I
어스름탑에서
set my medevacs to the wrong place.
제가 게이머 인생에서 최고로 마음에 드는 경기였어요.
아, 그
네.
정도예요.
긴장도 안 됐고 제가
And the
원하는
match
대로
at
잘
Dust
됐고,
Towers was by far the best game I
얼어붙은
played in my entire
상황은
career.
제가 준비한 빌드가
네.
원래
I concur.
원래 손가스를 준비했거든요.
네.
전진 군수공장 손가스였는데
Frozen Temple,
긴장
I prepared a gas first build.
가스를 안 짓고 가스를 너무 늦게 지었어요.
어이구.
그래서
But I was actually too
타이밍이 한
nervous.
15초 정도
I actually made my gas
늦었어.
later,
근데 그게 좀
about 50 seconds
역심리전으로
later
된 것
than I
같아요.
was planning to.
그래서 오늘 되는 날이구나 싶어가지고
네.
근데 마지막 프로스트 경기는 좀 너무 많이
I think
유리했는데
that
결승 올라간다는 그것 때문에
was
생각에
how I
너무,
was, but
시간이
excuse
져가지고
me, I
이게
managed to sell a different build to Deer due to my
할 때
mistake.
네.
He probably wasn't
그래서 다행히
expecting
아주
what
유리했어서
happened next.
네.
네, 타경기 프로스트 졌으면 좀 위험했을 것 같아요.
네. 아,
그래도-
이렇게 할 말이 참 많으신 것 같은데요.
네.
It would have been a longer
변현우
series
선수
if I lost on
그런데
Frost.
손목 좀 볼 수 있어요?
네. 이게
Oh,
네.
they're talking about the
bump.
wrist.
원래
경기
이게 안
중에
그랬는데
That's what happened.
It's called the nerd
어제
bump,
피가
guys.
났더라고요.
네.
그러니까
You get the
피나는
nerd
노력
bump.
이거 같아요.
He says it was
어제
actually
여기
bleeding last night
네.
when I was
마우스패드를
playing.
쓸려가지고 피나서
경기 중에도 아팠죠.
Just about every Korean pro
아프진
has
않고
that, by
그냥
the
좀
way.
Yeah.
뿌듯했죠.
In
피나니까
fact, I used to have them
Do
too.
you guys have a nerd bump?
오히려
열심히 하는구나 딱 생각했어요.
When I
내가
saw
좀
that it was
열심히
bleeding, I was
하네.
actually proud of
아, 역시
myself. It
긍정적인
just proves that I put in a lot of effort.
자, 이 손목이 증명하듯이 그 보상을 현재 받고 있습니다. 결승을 이뤄냈으니까요.
네.
다음 상대 이제 그 한 명만
So
꺾으면
you'll
내가
be facing
우승자가
up
되는
against another
거거든요.
Frost player, SOS in
제가
the
또
finals.
16강에서 김유진 선수를 꺾고
그니까요.
진출했잖아요.
네,
근데
2대 0으로 이겼었어요.
I've already beat him in the round of 16
근데
once. I beat
올해
him 2-0.
있었던 그 IEM 타이페이 결승에서는 그때
네.
제가 졌어요. 7판 4선이었는데
But in the IEM Taipei finals,
선수는 또 20분 되면
I
강해지니까
lost to him in that.
절대 방심하지 않고 뭐 연습 상대를 구하는 게
I
제일
think he's
관건인 것
definitely a
같은데
better player than he
서로
was
인해서
earlier in this year.
누가 블리즈컨을 올라가나 안 올라가나 이게 알려지기 때문에
So
어떤 한 분이
I
잘
guess I'll have to
도와줄 것
find people to
같아요.
practice with so I can be ready for it.
그한분 참 궁금해지는데 자, 변현우 선수
And if SOS
결승
wins this
때는
season,
주변의 지원 사격이나 아니면 부모님
one of my friends won't be able to go to BlizzCon.
저는
So I'm
결승까지
hoping that one of my good
솔직히
friends is going to help me practice.
그러니까 이 테마가 딱 혼자 하고 막 그런 거잖아요.
네.
그러니까 끝까지 혼자로 우승 한번 해보고 싶거든요.
아.
근데 그거 한번 집에 가서 한번 말해봐야죠.
네, 이렇게 홀로 고군분투하는
He says he's
모습에
gonna have to make a lot of
많은
phone
분들이
calls
더
tonight and
응원을
ask for other people to
해주시긴
train with.
했는데요. 자, 변현우
Because
선수
I generally
그러면
only practice on ladder.
결승전 때 기대를 하겠습니다. 응원해주시는 팬분들께 한마디 들려주세요.
네 그리고
Any
네.
final
내일
comments to your
프로리그
fans?
결승이 있는데
네,
내일 또 GSL
Tomorrow is the Pro League
하잖아요.
finals.
전투가. 그래서 내일 사전 답사를 좀 가는
The finals
겸해서
is at
마루 응원하는
the
겸해서 가려고
Children's
해요.
Grand Park,
내일
the
많이
same
와주시면
venue
좋겠고
where the
네.
GSL finals will be held at.
그 같이 와주신 변현우 코치님
So I'm going to go there and check the venue out.
너무
I hope a
감사드리고
lot of fans
결승 때
show up to
이렇게
that event
글들
as
많이
well.
잘 짜주셔서 해주셨으면 좋겠고 오늘
네.
이렇게 팬분들 많이 오셨는데 너무 감사드리고 이렇게
And he's thanking himself for helping to prepare today
너무 감사드립니다.
because he doesn't have any teammates or coaches to thank.
다시 한번 결승 진출 축하드립니다. 자, 이렇게 또 한 명의 결승 진출자 변현우 선수와 이야기 나눠봤는데요. 마지막으로 한 번 더
What
결승 영상
the
공모
hell
안내해드리겠습니다.
Is going on.
김유진 선수와 변현우 선수
Okay,
두 명 중
guys.
한 명의 관람 영상이라면 자유롭게 꾸미실 수 있습니다. 응원하는 선수가 응원하길 바라는 마음 그대로 영상에 담아주시면
video or
되는데요.
something.
선수별로 영상 한
Submit by
장씩을
the
뽑아서 GSL 결승
Not really sure, though.
현장에서
That would be the email if
공개할
that is the
예정입니다.
case.
선정된
Okay,
분께는
guys.
문화상품권과 스타트
Our
카드
finals.
Our finals.
Is SOS against
저는
Beyond.
다음 주 토요일
Winner
결승전
goes to
현장에서
BlizzCon.
인사드리도록 하겠습니다.
Now, here's the thing. I think Beyond may have just gotten into 8th-ish spot, but if SOS beats him, he gets a spot, which kicks Beyond down, right? So This is insane. Look
You
at this
really
finals.
could not ask for a cooler finals than this. And both narratives are interesting. SOS has never won a GSL CODES, but he's been the world champion twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could definitely take it. But then there's Beyond, which is, I mean, this is almost like esports fan fiction, where it's like you didn't even have a team, you trained on the ladder. But this is actually, you know, sometimes reality really is just stranger than fiction, because we're actually having this guy who has not been on a team for some time, looking almost like a ghost or something, a demon, a supercomputer, just anything but a human being. And he's playing brilliantly.
Dude, these
Took out
guys,
Deer, who took out the other Terrans. We thought we were going to be here.
these guys are too good.
Yeah.
They're both so good right now. I have no idea what to even think about this finals, because they are both going to practice their asses off all week long.
And
like, it is a week and 1 day from now that they play. It is going to be our best finals ever, I think.
I think so, man. And our last finals that we had this year was just incredible. So
there's
I
more
am
on the line
so amped
than ever
to cast
before.
this.
With BlizzCon and everything, like, this is insane.
And
neither
also,
of these guys have won it. Wow.
Don't forget, the ASL finals and the GSL CODES finals are on the same day. The ASL finals are at 2:30 KST. The GSL CODES finals, unless we go way over schedule on the ASL finals, will be at 5:30 KST. I suggest you watch both. They're going to be fantastic. The ASL finals is
Couple
Sharp against Shuttle.
TVPs. You get to learn all about TVP.
That's right. It's TVP day.
Yeah.
Should be the best day in StarCraft. I guess you could say ever, man. We got the two fantastic finals back to back.
You can't think of a better final than what we have right now. SOS
right.
against Beyond. It's crazy. Make sure you're there.
And if you're going to show up to that, we keep saying this, but we know people tune in and out of the show, depending on when they can watch. Be there early, because it will be filling up, and we want to make sure that you get a seat if you're very eager to see this live.
Yeah, man. I don't really have anything else to say. This is too epic. Words don't do it justice. The games that we saw in the round of 4 do it justice. These two are insane. The finals will be possibly the best thing that we've ever seen in StarCraft.
That's right. We have to go, but thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys at the finals. So from us and the rest of everybody at AfreecaTV, have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.